Alright, just gonna shuffle up a bit and we will begin. Hey Sergi. Make sure I actually have volume. Okay, yeah. Welcome in. Do you want your second reading? I know you redeemed, well, not second, but I know you redeemed one a little while ago. Would you like it now? And also, if you would like it now, is there a specific subject or topic you would like to ask about? Maybe not like a direct question, but just like something on your mind. I can start your stream off with that if you would like. Because other than that, I'm just going to work on the queue. I know I have one for Cole the Dragon. You might bump in a bit, but if him or you don't want to start with it, I can just work on the queue. Since you're here, that'd be cool to do it for you live. I don't save the VODs indefinitely, but they do, like, I think stay in... I think they stay uploaded on Twitch for like 2 to 3 weeks. I usually upload my VODs to YouTube. That's usually just for my gaming. I need to think of well, I mean, to me, it's seriously, but if it's not seriously, I'll take it seriously. But okay. Let me quickly see how my camera angle is. Okay, I will start with Cole the Dragon. Timestamp 3/20. Okay, Cole the Dragon, you're up. This is a 5-card spread. It tells a little story about you. Just see where it goes. Might use some video game terminology, stuff to make it more fun for me. So I'll explain the cards. I have my charts pulled up, but we'll just see where it goes with the first card. Let's just say it's a JRPG. Insert the cartridge into the system, start, new game, new file, name your character, and hit go. We get the 5 of Wands, being the Shima Enaga. Let me pull up the Wands chart real quick. Alright, the 5 of Wands. Conflict, competition, arguments, aggression, tension, rivals, clashes of ego. So, start of the game, or start of your journey, or file, or book, or whatever we pick up of you. You're already kind of tossed into a bunch of stuff. Maybe you have something to prove to somebody. Maybe it's like a job-related thing, as an example. Like you're trying to compete for a promotion, trying to have someone notice you. You're like, notice me, senpai. Obviously, that's going to cause tension and everything else in the card of aggression and arguments, because, maybe you're both trying to achieve the same goal for whatever it is, but there's limited quantities, or like, say, like a competition or a prize. There can only be one winner. And or maybe, could be someone's one-upping you, and you could be like, you think you're better than me? No one's better than me. Or I'll show them. So, starting off this, this is like a Ash Ketchum thing from the Pokemon anime. Start off, and then Gary's like, fuck you, and then you're like, fuck you, Gary. Anyway, this is the start, so more will help unravel the story as we continue. So the first card is just new game, or the significator. On the second card, it's going to be the obstacle, and that's going to be maybe more addressed to you. Not used against you, but just like keep in mind maybe a warning, or it could be like, hey, you're in a bad spot. Maybe this could be like hints on how to get out of that, or maybe hints on how to avoid catastrophe, what have you. And those cards are played in reverse, and reversed cards have alternate meanings. Here we get the Chariot, featuring the Arabian horse. This is how it would look normally, but I always play the second card, aka the obstacle, in reverse. So I'll pull up the chart, read what it means normally, and then I'll read what it means for you. Normally it means success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, focus, and direction. But since it's reversed, it's going to mean forceful, no direction, no control, powerless, aggression. There's more aggression, obstacles. And then also in parentheses, I don't know why, even though it says loss of control and direction, it also says lack of control and aggression. I meant direction and control. This card has more aggression, so you're getting maybe salty or Timmy or something's really bugging you. But now we're in a state of you're trying to force the magic to happen, you're trying to get things done or make, I guess, force the completion of something. So as an example, say you were given a task to do, you're not feeling it, but you're just trying to plow through it, get there just to get it done. You're no longer passionate or happy about it. You're just like, you got a job or a task and you just want to be done with it. You want to put it behind you. But at the same time, you got even more obstacles ahead. So it's creating more problems because maybe you're not addressing the said issues and trying to find shortcuts or ways to deal with it that aren't actually dealing with it. Or maybe you're oblivious to that or not aware of said issues. It's like, it's hard to treat something or work with something if you can't even see or recognize the potential issue or problem. Also talks about being powerless, no direction and control. So now you might even feel a little frustrated because you can't make things happen. Whereas before, you set goals, you do them, do tasks, good job, whatever. Now you're in a more powerless situation. You have to go with the flow more. You're not used to having no control. So it's just like kind of sending you in a mental tailspin because you don't know how to feel. You don't know how to process this because you always had at least choices and options before. Now it's like, I don't know what to really do. Like being in a straitjacket, in a mental hospital in a padded cell. You lose all control, and that's it. But maybe, so some tips that maybe if you're in this spot, how to get out of it is maybe go with the flow more, take path of least resistance, find things that make you more happy and joyful. Maybe try to take some pride and joy in that said task and know that when you finish it, you don't have to do it again and put it behind you. Or if you're clashing with somebody else, maybe this is a sign to work things out or find a way to work things out. Or it could be, hey, if you keep up with the first card path and keep going in that direction, you're gonna end up here. So this could also be like a warning, like, hey, better change course now before shit gets really bad for you. Or you don't have to be here. Let me pull up. All right, so that's the second card. So now we're gonna go to the third card, which is positive influences. Um, Video game terms, maybe like you defeated a difficult dungeon, you got to town, went to an inn, leveled up, spent some talent points, learned new skills, got new armor, upgrades. So let's pull that out and see what we get for you. We get the Five of Pentacles. Oh dear. Featuring the Munchkin cat, and he's all beat up. It's a very sad card. But it's also in the positive influences spot, so maybe we could have some silver lining to that. But let me pull up the Pentacle chart. Okay, hardship, loss, isolation, feeling abandoned, adversity, struggle, unemployment, alienation, disgrace, need, poverty, insecurity. Hoo-wee. So maybe you weren't able to get through said difficult things with the cards. Now you ended up in this spot now, but I know you might be confused. You're like, whoa, but it's in the positive influences spot. So maybe it's like kind of hit rock bottom, but now maybe after experiencing such bullshit or whatever, you can see clearly now, or like kind of like, hey, I now know what I need to do to better myself and get out of this sticky situation. With the isolation, the first card talked about, butting heads with people, competition, aggression. The second card talked about loss of control, no direction. And now we're talking about hardship, loss, isolate. You're feeling abandoned. Maybe you alienated your friends away from you. You pushed everyone away. People like are ashamed of you, maybe, I guess. But I guess the biggest thing here is adversity and insecurity and poverty, and the hardships, because whatever you done ended up here. But almost feels like I played another card in reverse for you, but it's in the positive influences. So maybe again you kind of hit rock bottom, and now, I guess in like some movie term, or like those cliche stories you hear, like someone went to prison, served their time, and then they found religion or something and turned their life around. I'm not saying that's like that for you, but that could be something during these bad times, something positive happened or caused a spark in you to either change or like help you find a way out or how to get through this and work through it. Either way, very interesting and rough stuff. Let's now go to the fourth card, which is the near future. We're just going to fast forward a bit in this game and see where you're at. Go bzz. Oh, okay. We're on a better track now. We got the Seven of Wands featuring the Wild Boar Piglet, the little one, little guy. Let me go back to the Wands. Seven of Wands, protectiveness, standing up for yourself, defending yourself, protecting territory, perseverance, maintaining control, mount defense. And hey, Priggy, and hey, Barklord. Oh, yes, okay, so this is now you're on a way better track. Because before the second and third card talked about losing control, and now you're maintaining control. So you found your sense of balance and control. You're getting a grip on stuff in your life, I guess. And now, since you hit rock bottom or been in some very bad spots, and you're coming out of it, you never want to go back there again. So of course you're going to be on edge more, but keep your wits about you. You learned more, so you're basically just protecting yourself, shielding yourself, both physically, emotionally, territorially, however you want to put it. And then I like the perseverance, because it means it's going to be tough, or shit takes time, but at least you're going through it. You're sticking with it, bettering yourself, even though it's not, say, producing rapid results. So it's like really cool that ultimately, I guess you got your shit together. How all the shit you went through, how you got your shit together, at least you got kind of a plan, and you're maybe to some extent like reborn a little bit, and you're on a good, at least for now, on a good path. Things are looking good. Not much else to say on that one, so we're going to go to the fifth and final card for the tarot reading, which is going to be long-term results. The end game could be ending to a movie, could be GG, could be to be continued, it could be a cliffhanger, plot twist, what have you. Let's see what you get. You get Six of Pentacles featuring the yellow-footed rock wallaby. Oh, that's a mouthful. That one goes in the center. Let me pull up that chart real quick. Six of Pentacles. All right, generosity, charity, community, material, help, support, sharing, giving and receiving, and gratitude. So that is quite the turnaround, but in short, happy ending. But through your hard work and efforts of rehabilitating yourself, or getting back into the game, whatever, training, sticking with it, you're now recognized. People have come to you. You brought people together. Other people have brought you together with others. And now you have more of a support sharing network, rather than, I guess before, maybe you're trying to take on the world by yourself. But now it seems like you have a little small niche community, or at least friendships, even if you're not, online, in person, whatever. At least you got people, I guess, you can ultimately count on, and people can count on you. It being maybe financially, emotional support, what have you. I like how it says sharing, community, charity, so generosity. So just very, very good vibes and very, I mean, it may sound cliche, happy ending type of thing. You started out pretty rough, or you started like in the middle, say neutral, then it got pretty rough, then it got really rough. But then you managed to kind of just turn it around a bit and started to get back on your feet, and things are looking good, and now things are looking absolutely great. That's it for that, but I like to finish my tarot readings with one bonus card from Oracle deck. It's completely separate, but it's just a positive like message or something. So let's see what you get. You get the knife, represents limits. I guess this also could be like know your limits. Don't give more what you can give. Can't output more than what you can output. And you might burn yourself out if you give and do too much. So, basically, I guess proceed with caution that you can go above and beyond plus ultra, exceed your maximum strength. But if you do it too long, it could burn out. So just like keeping that in mind, that we're all like, in this sense, we're all human. So Cole, I hope that was great for you. Very interesting, suspenseful start. The whole thing was very suspenseful. And then it kind of simmered down at the ending, which I am glad. My band-aid on my finger keeps wanting to come off. Yeah. Okay, hobbies and life. All right, let me just type you in. I have a little chart. I like to keep track of who I do readings for. Energy. I'll change the song in a minute. I'll do a quick shuffle. Sparklord, are you into tarot readings at all? Let's quickly give this a nice shuffle. I can't do the cool shuffle, but I will do the best that I can. This band-aid's driving me nuts. Need some regular tape to keep it from off, and I forget where I put tape. Because look at it's. Oh my god, it's so annoying. I just cut it off. Give me. Try to use, but it seems I made it worse. Okay. The new deck I got indeed is cool. Feels nice to shuffle, not like other cheap decks I have. Yeah, I bought some cheap ones. Like this one's pretty good, but the back is like kind of foiled. It is slick, but there's like little bumps and ridges, so it kind of has texture to it. A couple other decks are like really rough and that you can't shuffle them. And this Oracle thing doesn't shuffle that well nice either, but it has really cool artwork on it. It got a little slicker over time, but Okay, just change it for myself real quick. I have to go to OSTs. Okay, Serge, you are up. Let me quickly type that into the reading. 2120. Okay, Sergey, I think you've been here before, so you kind of know it's a 5-card spread. And we just go from there, and I'll explain the stuff on the way. And the second card is usually in reverse, and there are some other rules I have for playing cards in reverse, but if that happens, I'll bring it up. So let's start new game. We take the Sergey cartridge, blow the dust off of it, insert it into the console, hit power on, hit start, select new file, name your character, hit go. All right, we get 2 of Cups, which has the giraffe. Almost looks like the Lover's card. We pull up Cups. Unity, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. That's actually pretty fun because at least I know more of a topic. We're talking about our hobbies and stuff, so maybe you find similar interest with some. Uh-oh. What happened to my webcam? Seriously? Okay, 1 second. I guess I got a call because I'm using my phone, but I don't know why a call. I put it on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know why a call would interrupt the camera, but let me just quickly relaunch the app. Give me 1 second. Please come back. Okay, that was annoying, but we are back. Don't mind my t-shirt. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, so again, fun card. Let me just read it again. Unity, partnership, attraction, connection, close bonds, joining forces, mutual respect. So maybe you find someone who's into the same stuff as you, or you find, maybe you discover things you didn't know you like and you found out others like it. So it's like, ooh, new friends to maybe hang out and do that hobbies or with. But like unity and attraction, so this is naturally bringing some stuff together. And close bond, so that sounds kind of hot, but at least has mutual respect, so it's not like you guys are fooling around and messing with each other. It's like you're genuinely interested in whatever is said hobbies. And let's see, Dark Cloud says how many points to do the reading with your feet. I don't do that, but if you'd like a reading, I do them for 6,000 channel points, and I could add you to the queue if you would like. But so again, you find someone, Sergi, you find someone that's, or maybe you just find a group. Maybe you go to conventions, maybe you go to just hangouts, just whatever. Painters club, musicians, artists, just whatever hobby or something that sparks your interest. And you find other people that are also genuinely into it as well. And now I'm thinking there has to be a card dealer with the feet. I thought about commissioning that from Percival Robin, but that might be a little overboard. Dark Dark U Cloud says no, I was just saying some classic parlnock unhinged shit like back in the day. Is it really that unhinged though? Again, that's just the starting card, so at least we have an idea of how this is starting, and we're going to see how it goes. Second card I play in reverse, it represents the obstacle. So it could be, hey, watch out for this shit. Or it could be like, hey, you're in a bad spot. Maybe here's some tips on how to avoid getting into a bad spot. Or if you're already in a bad spot, of how to maybe, get out of it. Dark Light, I mean, pretty tame compared to back in the day, unlike my recent interaction with S. Tom. Oh my god. Tom, see, you want to talk unhinged? Tom is unhinged. Sorry, Sergi, we'll get back to this. Second card in reverse. Oh, that's funny. The Lovers featuring the Lovebirds. But normally it'll look like this, but because the second card I play in reverse, it's going to look like this. So let me go grab. Alright. But normally it means love, unions, partnerships, relationships, choices, romance, balance, unity, duality. So kind of a lot like the Two of Cups, but a little more in an intimate, loving level, I guess, if you will. But it's in reverse, so it's going to be disharmony, imbalanced, conflict, detachment, bad choices, indecisions, and one-sidedness. So this actually sheds a lot of light on the first card because you found maybe a person or people to hang out with, and as time went on, you're finding they're like, usually enjoying people's company and doing things and getting shit done or just having fun. You're finding yourself having less fun. You feel off. There's more conflict, and it's almost like you don't want to maybe say how you truly feel, or more like a people pleaser. So you're just kind of going along with it because you don't want to be like a party pooper, or you don't want to say ruin the fun or these meetups. So like, let's just say you meet up every week or something to play games or cook food or I don't know, do music, and it's fun for a while. But then after a while, you find yourself not having fun, and now maybe you're at a part, or now it's like, why am I doing this? But you don't want to like, I guess, call it off or stop doing it. So you're like forcing yourself to do it. It's just one-sidedness. So maybe, I don't know, let's just say another example. One week, the next person in the group chooses like what the group activity is or the thing you're gonna do, and a lot of people getting butthurt because they're like, it's my way or the highway. There's no more compromising or saying, hey, let's do this, or agree on something. Now it's like, I don't know, it's very weird. Darky Cloud says, oh, well, I leave you to your readings. Let the good times. Let me say it in the voice. Let the good times roll. But thank you, Dark Cloud, for stopping by. Always appreciate it. Fine. Let the good times roll. Now, sorry if that was loud. That's why I like doing them for those stupid videos, because I only have to do the voice like once or twice when recording it, and I can always just play it back. Yeah. When I do those Simpson videos or whatever, I do several recordings, and then I get unsatisfied with them, and I try to get back into it. I guess essentially warming up and doing it. All right, Sergi, though, so a lot of things. Or maybe got together with someone. This could even be like, say, maybe you try going into a relationship and they're cool at first, but then after the more you got to know them and stuff, you really enjoy their company, but then suddenly they do like this 180. I had some friends in the past that would do that, like everyone's really cool at first, but once you become like good friends and settle in, they show their, I guess, true colors or personality. This could be a warning of, hey, things are really good, or if you're not feeling something, you shouldn't really force yourself to do it, and maybe talk about your feelings more with people. And then if they don't understand or not open to those types of discussions, then maybe it's time to cut ties or move on or separate or whatever. A very interesting start, but two sides of the same coin type of a thing. Let's go to the third card. And we get the Eight of Pentacles featuring the Pug. Look at him. He is studying hard. And this third slot represents positive influences. And that's, in my opinion, a very positive card. Let me pull it up. 8. Or causes, I feel like in this world of AI slot videos, that true YouTube poop videos are going to make a comeback. Exactly. I'm showing more silly actual videos again. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles is in my opinion, very good for you because it talks about skill, talent, craftsmanship, quality, high standards, expertise, mastery, commitment, dedication, accomplishment, diligence, and the most important part out of, I think, anything that's listed on this card is passion. So before, you had some hobbies and stuff, similar interests, people want to do stuff together. You did that, then it got kind of weirded out, or shit just got weird, I guess. And now you're like, you know what? I still like the things I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna focus more on those said things, or in this case, the hobbies and passions. You're all in on it. For better or for worse, it's something you want to do. It's your choice. No one's influencing you. No one's saying it's a bad idea. It's like, I want to do this because I want to do it. So basically, you're gonna bone up and scale. So let's just say, as an example, maybe your music, or if you're getting into like drawing art, or even tarot readings, anything, you're all in on it. You're excited. Um, you're gonna be dedicated because you're tired of waiting on, say, other people to get stuff done, or maybe like say you're doing like a group class of learning, say, said subject, but everyone's moving too slow for you, or maybe everyone else lost interest, but you're like, I still want to learn and do the thing. So you just took it really upon yourself to just do it yourself and not wait on anyone else, or have, I guess, maybe excuses. Even if there are valid excuses, it's just like, I want to do this. I'm going forward. You guys can join me or not. But, you're letting them know, hey, I'm doing this. So might be a little more of a hermit, but at least you're doing more of what you love, or at least interested in. So even if it's not like, say, your true calling or thing, it's still something that has your interest and you're fascinated about. And it's not like you can only have one hobby or passion, you can have many. So this could be something new you discovered that really ignited you or got you going, or it could be something maybe from the past or you already do, but you want to get more into it essentially. So very positive, very good headspace to be in, because the first card was great. A little rush of new friends and new possibilities, I guess. And the second card, people just started getting weird. And maybe not necessarily bad fallouts, but just like, what am I doing here? And now you're here like, okay, this is what I want to do. Virgie says, I'm just nodding at this, but I don't want to comment and influence your reading. Yeah, you can feel free at the end. Tell me, we can have a discussion about it and thoughts, but we got two more cards left, so we'll just see where it kind of goes. Fourth card is going to be near future. We just fast forward just a little bit and go at what's going on. Quickly just pull up some cards. Right, I didn't even draw the card yet. We got the Ten of Pentacles featuring the Sheltie. Happy little guy. Go to that. More Pentacles, so that's kind of a good sign, in my opinion, because it talks about finances and studies and like physical well-being. Headspace and Pentacles. All right, let's look at the Sheltie one more time. Cute drawing. And by the way, this deck, all the cards are done by different artists, so I think that's really cool. All right, Ten of Pentacles. Legacy, roots, family, ancestry, inheritance, windfall, foundation, privilege, affluence, ability, tradition, culmination. So holy shit, all your studying and hard work has brought you to a much better place. You're thriving, you're vibing more because you're doing what you want to do. And maybe other people may not have had the opportunity to pursue whatever it is that you were pursuing, or maybe you were just in a seize the opportunity. You kind of made it happen. And I like how it talks about legacy, roots, and ancestry. So maybe you're looking up some past about cousins, family members, and all that, or just maybe generally the roots of your people, or it can even be the roots of the subject that you were really passionate about, or the hobby. So basically, you just looked into it, you found enrichment. Also talks about inheritance, so maybe some money fell into your lap, some good things happened to you that enabled you to pursue this. Maybe say like financially you saved, or it can even be your own doing, like you saved up enough money to take time off from work or something just so you can focus on said things. I like how it talks about you have stability, which is really good. You know what you're doing, good headspace. Um, Also talks about again the privilege. You had the privilege of doing this. Not many people may have the opportunity, and the sun is shining in. So let me just close the blinds a tiny. And culmination, it's all coming together. You're manifesting the shit into reality, which is really good. So I would just say keep up the good work. Proud of you, and stick to your guns. Stick And your roots may not even be the roots that were, others set for you, but roots that you made for yourself, things you're into, you being genuine, things you care about, not what other people or society tell you should care about, or what are your roots. And you're also not defined by your roots. We're all individual people. We can all make our own decisions, or change our destiny, yada yada yada. So with that, we'll get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results, or maybe a far future. It could be the simple ending. It could be to be continued. It could be a cliffhanger. Find out next time. Bad ending. GG, whatever. But let's find out. And we get the Empress featuring the Pomeranian. This card's got quite a bit going on. Let me pull up the Empress, which is a thriving card. So, my opinion, happy ending. But let me just pull it up. Okay, the Empress, motherhood, fertility, nurture, abundance, good fortune, good harvest, divine feminine, sensuality, nurturing. Oh, okay, nature and nurturing, creativity and beauty. So I guess the good fortune or abundance and harvest is you feel very fulfilled. So that could be, with either money, joy, whatever, you're happy, food, stability, control, good financial situation, whatever have you. You found, it's your happy place, essentially. And let's see, happy place. It talks about beauty and creativity. I like how whatever you dipped into might have been a little bit less conventional, or as society or people like to say normal. But to me, normal is boring. So you found something out there, off or different. Even if it's not different, because many people could be into the same thing. Not everyone has to be like super unique or say 100% original. Um, it's just good that you found this place. That you're thriving. You're vibing better. You're going with the flow more. It also talks about the divine feminine, and I guess in that and motherhood. So the motherhood could also be like being a provider who can help other people find their way, or it could be financially stability, it could be like a partner. Maybe you're enabling someone else so they can continue their work because they don't have the means to do it. So in this case, let's just say like money. Someone has a hobby or passion they want to follow or pursue, but it takes a lot of money, but they have to worry about, the bills at work. And it could possibly be like, hey, you help supply them and be like, hey, I want you to do this thing. I'll help support you while you do this. Or it could also be the other way around. Someone or people have helped supported you to do the thing you want to do and pursue. So it goes kind of both ways. And then divine feminine is maybe, this could refer to sexuality, it could refer to your, what do you call it, expression, or like gender identity or anything. Or it could just mean you're more caring, you're more in tune with nature, because I know there's a lot of stigma of stuff of like men being like knuckleheads that only care about fighting and football and have no emotions, and like women are supposed to just breed and stay home and like cook dinner. So it's like you're expanding outside of like that social norm, and to me that's a good thing. But basically more self-expressive, more happy, you're doing what you like, you're vibing more. People are going to be more open to chill with you. You're going to be more open to chill with people. You open the channels of communication with people and let them know, hey, I'm a safe space. I'm a cool guy. You're down the clown, whatever you want to call it. And hey, Cole the Dragon, I did your reading, the first reading of the stream at 3 minute 20 second mark. If you want to check that out, or if not, I could link it to you later. A very happy ending. It's almost like caterpillar your whole life, and then you turn into a butterfly, but just not in the sad way. You can't. Let's see. Uh, and then, ooh, I got 54%. Cole got 23, and then that wraps up the reading. And then let me do the complimentary. I set up there. So complimentary oracle card, which is just a bonus. Cherry on top, dessert, lucky lucky. We get the horse representing exploration. I think that's very important because the whole thing was a journey of exploration and self-expression and finding out, and that's where we ended up. The Empress being self-expressive and all that, and good vibes, and the horse is just reinforcing, hey, you're gonna thrive better, explore, don't be told what you can and can't do. Basically find out for yourself. And don't be afraid to take risks and look into things. So Sergey, I hope that vibed with you. Now if you want to tell me anything about it, if anything particularly vibed with you or is way off, or anything's helping, I'd love to hear it. Or if it's private, you can always DM me and we can have a discussion about it too through DMs. Is another option. Now I will shuffle, get ready for the next one in queue. So cool reading, definitely find use of meaning and a hopeful outcome is really cool. And just the thing with the hopeful outcome, that doesn't mean there's not going to be hardships along the way or some tough, moments, but at least I think if you stay true to what's important to you, not stand up for yourself more, and also just be like, I'm doing this, fuck society, follow your path, what you vibe, what you care about, what you want to do. You put in enough time of your life doing other shit, helping others, and making sure others are all set. So now you're like, okay, now it's time for me to be all set and do what I want to do. Even that means being more selfish, that's fine. I know people say, oh, but you're being selfish, and I'm like, okay, you say that like if it's a bad thing. Because there's times to be selfish and when it's good for you. And the band-aid keeps driving me fucking nuts. Really wish I knew where I put that tape. Oh, I'm just gonna see if I have a quick sticker or something I could use, because it's really annoying. I don't know how good this material is, but I'm gonna find out. Sticker I got a long time ago of me. I designed Chimera. I'm gonna see if the adhesive is any better than my fucking band-aid. The band-aid keeps peeling. I don't think it's much better, but now I have Chimera as a band-aid. Well, on the band-aid, I should say. I still have the one in the back of my phone. Hells yeah. I do hope to make more soon, or for maybe next year. Because I want to have a more unique design and a different quality. Uh-oh, she's starting to fucking do the same shit. I just want this. I'm done. Sergi says amazing ending for sure, so this is a cool reading. I also took note of it as recommended in the tarot courses. Hells yeah. Beauty, sticker. Yeah, I hope to make some new ones sometime. Don't know if I'll get them done for the new Christmas card this year, but all right, let me get to the next spot in the queue, change the song. Okay, next reading. Let's go. 45. This one's going to be for Spectre Asylum. So, Spectre Asylum, I do a 5-card spread, does a little story about you, and I'll just explain the stuff on the way. And I do a bonus Oracle card at the end for extra fun. And yes, Chimera's going to restrain my finger, even though she's kind of peeling off. Badge. Okay, so first card, or pretend this is like a video game. Start the cartridge, turn it on, start new game, name your character as if it's a RPG, and hit go. Get 2 of Wands featuring the duck. Now the sticker's peeling. I just can't win with this shit. Try squeezing it. See if I can get the stick. 2 of Wands. Planning. First steps. Making decisions. Leaving comforts. Taking risks. I already like, even though it's very simple and there's very few descriptions on it, I like how it says first steps. Well, everything. So maybe you found something new you want to do. It could be a new job. Maybe go to school, new hobby, new passion. Um, Something that is on your mind. You're like, should I go do this thing? And this card is basically saying yes. And you're okay with leaving or getting out of your comfort zone because you're not going to grow if you always fear change. You're never going to get out there and see the world or something if you're afraid of differences or being uncertain. So it's good. You're taking your first steps. You're making the choice to leave your comfort zone and try some new things. And it's taking risks, but you're not going to do it carelessly. You're going to be planning, and you thought about this for a long time. You're like, okay, clear head. I have a plan in mind. I'm going to do the thing. That's pretty cool. Sergi says, do you have any kind of tape at home? I do. I just couldn't find it. So that's what's bugging me because that's what I usually use to hold my band-aids on. Whatever the specific band-aid I bought, it doesn't adhere too well to itself. Since I'm bending my finger a lot, it's coming apart. So I'm really annoyed because I definitely have the tape. I just don't know where I put it. And I couldn't find it before stream. A good start, especially if you think of it like an RPG. Because just a literally new game. Go out on an adventure. So now the second card is the obstacle. Represents maybe hardships, warnings, or watch out, you may end up here or have a difficult choice or path to make or something. So we'll just go with that. But the second card I always play in reverse. A wolf bite. Ooh, 93%. Good job. So you get Queen of Cups featuring the Maine Coon cat. But so normally it would look like this. But it's actually going to be played like this, so it's going to have alternate meaning. So let's pull that up. Still getting high numbers. Good job. Belong here. Cups Queen. Sorry, Sergi. You need help. All right. So upright, it usually means compassion, warmth, kindness, intuition, healer, counselor, supportive, calm, and comfort. But oh no, I think for that you do cuteness. Let me do that. There you go. And the cuteness resets every month. So reverse card back. Sorry, back to the reading for. Sorry, Spectre Asylum. It's gonna have these meanings instead: insecurity, giving too much, overly sensitive, needy, fragile, dependence, and martyrdom. So it's weird. You had an adventure, very adventurous. You went out. Maybe things aren't working out as much as you thought. You're having some hardships, and it's kind of turning your world upside down. Do I have a Dirg one? No, I don't. But Maybe you're taking advantage of, maybe you're helping others so much that you're helping too much and giving more than you can give, and now it's taking its toll on you, or maybe you're burned out. Um, Talks about dependence, or were you taking these first steps of going into the new unknown or something? Maybe maybe you're getting a little homesick, and you're missing how things used to be, having people around you, familiar faces, family members, whatever. Talks about fragile, so maybe this trip or journey is really showing you how you discovered things about yourself you didn't know. Everything is always normal, the same, or kind of typical daily life, mundane life. But now you're out in the world or whatever, doing the new thing, and everything's hitting you all at once. So it's like almost like a sensory overload. And it says needy, may again, independence. Maybe used to having someone with you at all times, so you don't have as much contact with them anymore, or everyone's busy. Yeah, if you redeem it, you can get a reading. But I guess the big part is insecurity, because maybe you also went on this trip or journey or adventure into this new thing, try and overcome some insecurity. But I think it's also very interesting that you're thrown out into the world. You went into it optimistically, you planned for whatever it is you're doing, but it's kind of just turning your world upside down right now. Yeah, 6K is easy. I stream like every day, so it's very easy to accumulate. And if you redeem the reading outside of a tarot stream, I'll add you to the queue for next time. But if during a tarot stream, if you redeem it, I'll do it after my current reading. And hey, broken demo disc, come in. 560, better start saving up. Or there's also tipping options if you want to. I also take commissions for readings. But anyway, so this is probably not, I would say, a warning. You probably got in overwhelmed. You got in over your head. And so now, maybe now you're thinking maybe quitting, going back home or whatever. Or maybe you're thinking I was stupid for trying this, but don't pull the trigger yet and call it quits and go home or whatever. Let's see where this is going, because the third card is going to represent positive influences and how it goes. You get Queen of Pentacles featuring the Luna Moth. Very pretty card. Let's go over there and see what's in store. Generous, caring, nurturing, homebody, good business sense, practical, comforting, welcome, sensible, luxurious, practicality, creature comforts, and financial security. So maybe you just had to find your footing. Maybe you're overly worried about money or if you would be a success or not, but things are looking pretty good. You stuck with the stuff or worked it out. And you're in a better spot financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever you want to call it. I like how it says generous, because before you were giving too much of yourself a little bit, or feeling dependent, but maybe you found a sense of balance, and or maybe like everyone was there always to like support you or come to your rescue type of a thing, or seek comfort. You would seek comfort for others, but now it's like, hey, wait a minute, I can also give comfort. So I like that a lot. Okay, my sticker shit's over. 1 second. Try putting it on like this. I like how it talks about. Okay, here's a good one. Welcoming. You've been there, done that. You know it's rough out there in the world. You have enough sympathy for others. Like you know it's tough shit, so you're more welcoming, more inviting person. People maybe can warm up to you. They can talk to you more about certain things. Like you give a sense of comfort. You're not giving more than you can give. You're not exhausting yourself. You're not burning out from it. It's naturally happening. Or maybe you are giving a lot of yourself, but the energy pool for this you have a lot of, so you don't deplete yourself. I also like how it talks about financial security, so you're able to pursue more of the thing you set out to do. Maybe you're in a good space, maybe you have a good job, So you can pursue, say, a hobby or doing some crafting or even, say, vacations, whatever it is that you're doing. So very light that you kind of worked through that stuff, or maybe you followed, heeded the warning if there was a warning to avoid getting there. But either way, at least you're in a better space now. So with that, let's get to the fourth card, which is going to be the near future, and we'll fast forward a bit to see where you are or what's going on. Wolf by over 1 year. Yep. I know the fastest way to get points is to click the box, I think, every 20 minutes. I forget how it works. I just know I click other people's points whenever I see it pop up if I'm in their chat. Okay, so fourth card, fast forward a bit, near future. And we got 10 of Swords featuring the Black Cat. Looks like a very sad card, but I forget it's either very dark and sad or it's kind of positive. So let me quickly pull up that chart because it's like 76 cards, so it's like I get a little idea of them, but sometimes I confuse some cards for others. 10 of S word. Ruin, failure, bitterness, collapse, exhaustion, dead end, victimize, betrayal, defeat. Okay, it was a sad card. Maybe you gave too much of yourself. Maybe you're ignoring warning signs of things not going so good. Or maybe you're just having, a rough time in general. You're beat up about it, but don't beat yourself up about it. Because at least you know you pursued something, it wasn't for you. Or maybe you had a bunch of options and you can only pick one. A lot of experimentation, a lot of experimenting and exploring. But it does say bitterness, collapse. But you may, burned out, bad friendships, bad business partners, bad experiences overall are going to make us feel kind of bitter. You're in ruin and collapse and exhausted, so you burned yourself out. Might have overly invested into said things. It went nowhere. You feel defeated because, tried so hard you want to believe, do the thing. Or maybe it worked out, but not in the way you were hoping to. Like the expectation you set for yourself wasn't realistic, or like it was I wouldn't say a false expectation, but things didn't play out the way you thought they would. And even though going to this, you knew it was for better or worse, it just still like feel kind of aloof and stuff because it's like you didn't maybe see it coming or didn't take these into account, these possibilities. Also talks about victimization, so maybe you tricked, maybe you feel like a victim, but at the end of the day, I know we can influence each other to make choices, seek advice, and all that, but at the end of the day, it was still you doing the things. But at least into some silver lining for this, at least it's over. Don't waste your time pursuing whatever it is, and it's okay to retreat and give up and go do something else. You don't just because you start something doesn't mean you have to finish it. Because if it's like say that bad, it's actually I think a good thing to bail and be like this isn't for me, or say like you're going to university or something. You don't like the subjects you're learning. It costs too much per year, so after the first year, you're like I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. You don't have to go through the entire university course and then go into massive debt. So at least you know to cut your losses essentially. But you still have to go through this. So, learn that about yourself or whatever it is you're looking into or exploring with. Now we're gonna get the fifth card. Long-term results could be happy ending, sad ending, to be continued, a cliffhanger, M. Night Shyamalan twist. I don't know, but let's find out. With the King of Cups featuring the raccoon. I always like this card. The raccoon's like, I'm assuming looking into the water or he's at the bottom. I don't know, but it's a really cute card. Let us go to the cups. Go to the wise, diplomatic, balance between head and heart, devoted, advisor, counselor, compassion, and control. So maybe through your suffering or your little adventure journey, in a much better headspace. Like, that thing didn't work out, but that's okay. I learned a lot. I had a lot to take home with me. It wasn't say wasted time. I mean, it still sucks that maybe it didn't play out like how you wanted it to, but at least you leveled up, you learned from it. Now you also I like how it says compassion because you have more compassion for others. Because maybe you're a little bit blind to that or something. I don't know, but at least you have more because of the hardships you went through. I like how it says the counselor and advisor. So maybe people, because you've been down there, you can give others advice, or maybe other people go to you for advice because they're in a similar situation and you're talkative about this. So people knew what the things you went through. So maybe they seek you for some advice now, like, hey, you went through that. How did you deal with said things? How did you get through it? Or how did you say bounce back? And I like how it talks about balance between head and heart. So maybe you're overthinking stuff too much. People also like to go with their gut feeling, listen to their heart, but basically you have a good headspace. I like how it talks about devoted now that maybe you found the things you do truly want to do or explore or invest your time in or invest your life in, and now you're all in on that because basically through the trial of error of these other cards, you found out maybe more of what you really want to do and what vibes with you. So very interesting. It started out pretty cool, optimistic, got a little worrisome. You bounced back a lot, but then you crashed hard. But now you're basically back to like, yo, let's go again type of a thing. On to the next game, next book, next story. All right, and with that, that completes that. But I do like to do a bonus Oracle card, and I have a Novice Witch deck. And this is just a little extra positive message to accompany the reading. It's not a part of it, but it's a nice like little tip extra, cherry on top, fortune cookie type of thing. We get the Raven, which means dreams. So maybe the subconscious, maybe bring your dreams into a reality, or maybe to express yourself, or maybe listen to your dreams more, and they can tell you stuff about the real world. Or it could also mean don't give up on your dream, but this I think is referring more to the dreams, like your headspace while you're dreaming. So don't stop exploring, don't give up. Hope that was cool for you. We'll begin the shuffles and we'll go to the next. The sticker fell off. I'm so done with this. My finger skin was getting a bit raw because I've been drawing so much over the last month and a half. I didn't notice it last night, but today, last night started to feel it come on this morning. It was like chipping or flaking, and it's like a little red or pink. Something got irritated. So let me just shuffle and we'll get right on to the next. Almost done shuffling. We'll get on to the next one. I think the sun's down so I can open the blinds a bit more. I don't know if that changes anything or not. Maybe a little too much shine, but whatever. Oh, 4, we'll say 45. Okay, this next reading is for Soothing Bisque. In Soothing Bisque, I do a 5-card spread. I do a bonus oracle card at the end. It tells a little story about you. The first card is basically just the start of it, or the significator. The second card is the obstacle. Third card, positive influences. Fourth card, near future. And fifth card, long-term results. Do a little quick more shuffle, and we'll get right into it. And I'll explain everything on the way, of course. I'll read the cards' meanings. And the obstacle I do always play in reverse or upside down. I do have some special exceptions or rules when cards playing reversed or normal in other spots, but generally the obstacle card will always be in reverse. All right, so we're going to start. Put in your cartridge of your game into your console, power on, hit start. Just say it's like a JRPG, name your character and hit go. We get the Knight of Pentacles featuring the red panda. Started off to an interesting start. Eight of Pentacles, skills or skill, talent, craftsmanship. Oh no, Knight, my bad. I don't know why I read that as 8. Knid of Pentacles, aka the 12th card in the deck. There we go. Practical, reliable, efficient, stoic, slow and steady, hardworking, committed, patient, conservative, efficiency, hard work, and responsibility. So you are dedicated to either craft or responsibilities at work. You got your shit together, you got your priorities straight, you have a goal in mind. Like it does talk about how hard you're committed and hardworking, but you also know stuff takes time, so things aren't going to just happen or get better or see results overnight. You are in it for the long haul. You are dedicated to your craft and passion or hobby. Also talks about being efficient, so you're not wasting time, or at least you got to a pretty good spot where you know how to save time and basically do it better, literally more efficient. Card says. I like how it also says you're practical, so you're not going to set unreasonable expectations for yourself or hold other people to unreasonable standards. I like the reliable part, that you have a good workflow or you got a good head on your shoulders. So how to rate this, a very strong start. Oops, I just kicked the camera. I guess this is where things are going to get spicy. Go to the second card, and it represents the obstacle, and usually that card's played upside down. So you get the sun featuring the ptarmigan. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Type of bird. Normally it'll look like this, but it's the obstacle, so this could be, hey, a warning, or hey, you're in a bad spot, let's see how we can get you out, or maybe some guidance. And it's going to be played in reverse. Also, it was like a video game. You're in a difficult dungeon, difficult boss. Maybe there's a quest to cross the river, but there's no bridge. How are you going to do it? Stuff like that. But let me get to the sun. But normally it means happiness, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, truth, and celebration. But because it's in reverse, it's going to mean blocked happiness, excessive enthusiasm, pessimism, unrealistic expectation, negativity, depression, sadness. Another word here, I've never heard of this before, so let me quickly look it up. How it's also pronounced. Donzishness? I don't, maybe it's a foreign word or something. Quality or state of being like a university dawn. The word is derived from Dawnish. So being stiffness. But that's a synonym. Pompous, excessively academic. So kind of like your head up your ass, I guess, is what it kind of means. But not like as an asshole, but you just, yeah. Hey, Kid Astro. So blocked. It's weird because the first card you had goals. You're happy. You're happy. You're nurturing. You're flourishing. You're vibing. But now it's saying happiness is being cock blocked. You have too much enthusiasm, almost like this is fine, like that fire meme with the dog. You know stuff's bad, but you're overly optimistic and maybe not seeing reality or what's in front of you because you want to, obviously remain hopeful. Pessimism, and then at the same time being hopeful, you're getting a little darker on the inside. started to have unrealistic expectations of either others or yourself, or maybe you gave yourself an impossible task, something really difficult to do, thinking you could handle it, but you took on more than you can chew, and now it's kind of burning you out. Stiffness or having to bug up your butt, donness or whatever, is maybe you don't want to budge. Maybe you're like, it's my way or the highway, or maybe you're not open to, say, suggestions or other people's points of views. Obviously, negativity, things are spiraling down, so of course you're gonna feel sad and depressed. But basically, you're a really happy-go-lucky guy. Things you had set goals in mind, things didn't play out the way you want, and now you're kind of again world thrown upside down. Maybe you need to just take a step back and see the bigger picture. Really sorry about that. If you're down there, with the cards of warning is like, hey, don't ignore things. If not, you might end up here. But I feel like you already gotten here, and now we're working on how to bring you out or how to get out of this. That's why we're here, is to see how this all plays out and see what you can apply or take away from this. Oof, 27% Kid Astro needs help. The third card is positive influences, kind of like an RPG. I'm sliding in my seat. Oh my god. Like an RPG, and you get to a town, you got through that difficult boss or dungeon or whatever. Spend some talent points, get some new skills, level up, general upgrades, I guess, in town. And we get the Knight of Cups featuring the Gecko. And that's like a grapefruit. Let's go to the cups. And that is the Knight of Cups. Okay, upright, idealist, charming, artistic, graceful, tactful, diplomatic, meditator, negotiator, following the heart, romantic. So, okay, I'm really glad you got to have that weird, tough, rough spot. Sounds like you got through it. It sounds like you got through it, made up your mind more of what you want to do, and obviously you took those lessons, that experience with you, maybe what not to do, what to look out for, but either way, you're in a much better place regardless. So good on you. And I like, because the last card was talking about being overly enthusiastic, and this is fine, but now still have your ideals. You haven't really given up on being positive, I guess, sort of say. Like how you're more charming now. Maybe you're a little rough around the edges, but you're more relaxed, more not that. Because again, I don't know the situation. You can apply this to so many things. This isn't a tackling one specific thing. This is more generalization. It's charming, so maybe people also feel more calm and at ease with you now. They can approach you more. Like you open the floodgates for vibing and giving people comfy vibes and knowing they can go to you. Like it talks about diplomatic, you know how to talk, walk the walk. You have more you're tactful, so maybe you just like blurt out, or let's just say as an example, maybe blurt out and people think you're offensive, but then you always have to explain yourself what you mean, or maybe you overly describe it. Now it's like you know how to speak, or read a room, I guess, or like vibe check people, and maybe when you talk to them and communicate with them, you know how to match their frequency more. If that makes any sense. Meditator, so maybe you think on stuff more before doing said action. I like the negotiator, because now I could also see that as standing up for yourself, where before you're just like, okay, I'll do this, but now you're like, okay, not in a bad way, what's in it for me, but you're like, okay, if I'm going to be giving of myself, I want to set expectations. What am I getting? What are we working on? What are the set clear goals? Almost like agreements and contracts without actually being a contract or agreement. You just want to know more what you're getting, what you're giving, yada, yada. Romantic, so maybe you found some love in your life, which is always cool. And that's also got you inspired, if you will. The spark, which is always a cool thing. And then the biggest one on the card is following your heart. Well, maybe you're putting off what you really want to do, or maybe you're afraid of what others think or thought, but you're like, I'm all in on this. My heart or my gut feeling never led me wrong, or it just feels right naturally. You don't have to fight it, you don't have to resist it, even if it's like on a subconscious level. Just like You're going with the flow, your frequency. You're setting the pace and tempo of you, which is a good thing, very good thing. So glad you kind of got out of that rut and things are going forward. Momentum looking great. We do have 2 more cards. So the fourth one is going to be the near future. We're just going to fast forward in this game and see where you're at. The 6 of Cups featuring the Chinese pangolin. So let me go pull that up. Oops. Oops, that's Wands, wrong folder. Nostalgia, memories, familiarity, or familiarity. Familiarity. There we go. Familiarity. Healing, comfort, sentimentality, and pleasure. So this is a very healing, soothing, calming. So, hey Guts and the Beautiful, welcome in. I really like how almost like an inn and you're taking down a path down memory lane. Maybe you're looking at old stuff or old photographs, reminiscing over relics of the past. Say like old family photos, or maybe like say you did some events, or like these are my first baby steps. Like you're just visiting memory lane, and it's all in a good way. Um, Sentimentality also, a lot of things in your life have sentimental value, which is huge because a lot of people not necessarily don't have that, but like, or they're too sentimental, but at least you have a decent amount. I do like the pleasure part, so it's like time to relax and just have fun. You're just chilling, you're enjoying the moment. You're not worrying about ifs and buffs or what's happening tomorrow or the future. You're just focusing on right now. This is nice, and this is cool. Maybe you're just reflecting on things of the past, or also maybe looking at your past and not noticing stuff and having new discoveries about something about yourself. And again, of course, the comfort and healing. So it's just like very nice to know people can go to you. You can give that comfort and healing, or maybe others can comfort and heal you. It's almost like blood types when you're donating blood. Or everyone can receive, pretty much everyone can receive O or O positive. They're very nice. They're in a much better, calmer state. You know how to chill and relax and have fun and just enjoy the moment. So pretty good. So now we're gonna get to the fifth card, the long-term results. Could be a ending, GG, curtains roll down, could be a cliffhanger to be continued, could be a plot twist. Let's see what you get. The 5 of Wands, oh boy. That's featuring the Shima Ing Naga. So this is a very competition heavy card. So let me pull it up just to read it. Conflict, competition, arguments, aggression, tension, rivals, and clashes of ego. After chilling, healing, maybe there's a competition going on or a challenge or something where people, or you have rivals now, you're in on something and you have to win. Or you know, there can only be one winner type of a thing, whatever it may be metaphorical too. But that's going to cause tension. You guys are going to clash because, again, there can only be one, I guess, in this sense. So you're all training. It could be like a training arc in an anime. And only one can say like graduate or something. So naturally you are in the competition together, but you're also rivals and technically enemies. But you're also learning and leveling up and training together at the same time. That's going to create a whole bunch of different feelings and emotions. Before with people, you know, you can chill and relax, enjoy their company, but now it's like they're my friend, but I also have to beat them and do better than them. It's like it's them or me type of a thing. So it might put you in an awkward situation. But I think with this card, it's basically like imagine an ending to a movie. It's like here we go again, or something abruptly happens. I'll use the Mario movie as an example, the live action one from 1995. Princess Daisy comes back. She has a gun, like a headband, and she's like, Mario, Luigi, I need you back. Come with me. And they just get their hat and utility belt, and they're basically like, oh, here we go again. And then the movie just ends. Basically, you're setting out to another adventure right away. No time for rest. So it's a very, I would say, action packed, high octane reading. Let's see what the Oracle card is. A bonus, just a little cherry on top. Bonus, Pib extra, lucky, positive influence message has to say. Get the Toad, which represents inner beauty. Now that could be inner beauty within yourself, or you can find inner beauty within other people, or if it's not referring to people. The light shining, let me quick. Rather have the light shine in. Move the card slightly. Inner beauty is, you can find inner beauty in works of art as well. Or say for someone's craft or passion or hobby, it's not necessarily just looks of something physical. So Soothing Bisque, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna do maybe one or two more and I'll start to wrap it up. Of course, there's a lot of shuffling going on, so let me make sure I can try to get a good shuffle going real quick. Check some stuff out real quick. Should almost be ready. Oh, let's see, timestamp 123. Okay, this reading is for Sleepy Watcher Moogle. Oh no, sorry, that's the next person. This reading is for Nachos del Maximo. Nice name. So Nachos, I do a 5-card spread, tells us a little story about you or your script or video game you're playing, sort of speak. General reading, nothing too specific, but I'll explain the stuff on the way. It's a 5-card spread. Second card is the obstacle, and the obstacle I typically play in reverse, so it might have alternate meanings. But again, I'll explain it on the way. So we start, insert your cartridge into the console, power on, new game, name your character. Let's just say it's a JRPG. Name your character and hit start. First card we get is the King of Swords, featuring the whale shark. Huge guy. Go to swords. Alright, King. Reason, authority, discipline, integrity, morality, serious, high standard, strict, head over heart, truth. So maybe you're overthinker, more logical, I guess, in a sense, or rational, I should say. You're very serious, truthful, or a person of reason and facts. Still, follow your heart and believe and stuff, but it's like a very interesting headspace. And you care more about the truth, or which is always a good thing in my opinion. You want to know, basically have the facts laid out for you so you can say if you're making assumptions about people need to discuss someone, you want to have the facts so you can make a proper informed decision, if you will, more data. I like their morality and integrity so people know they can trust you. You hold yourself to high standards. You might have high standards for yourself and or others. It's almost kind of like the justice card in the major arcana. Talks about discipline, so you know when to hold back, how to bite your tongue, if you will, but you also know when to speak up and cause a ruckus. So very interesting, but be also strict. So a bit of a stickler, but at least this is the start of the reading, so we can see where it goes, and we can apply this card more as the reading goes on. Second card is going to be the obstacle, and this is where things get spicy, or a little bit of a plot twist. Not necessarily used against you, it could be a warning, or it could be like, hey, you're in a bad spot. These could be tips on how to get out of it. Or, again, like the warning, don't do these things or you can end up here. Or if it's a video game, a difficult dungeon, let's say, or maybe the bump in the road and you have to do like some side quest before you can proceed, or like you're trying to cross a cliff or a river, but the bridge is broken, you have to find someone to repair it. So just general obstacle, or maybe like dungeon boss or something difficult. And we'll get the Six of Pentacles featuring the yellow-footed rock wallaby. Usually a very positive card, but it's going to be played in reverse. So it's going to have not bizarro meanings, but different alternative meanings. We go to Six of Pentacles. So normally, it means charity, generosity, community, material help, support, sharing, giving, and receiving gratitude. But it's in reverse. It's in the obstacle card position. It's going to mean power dynamics, abuse of generosity, strings attached to gifts, inequality, power and domination, extortion, stinginess. Okay, maybe I meant to put that two things. Extortion and stinginess. So I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe power went to your head, and now you're like in control, like my people, my this, my. It talks about inequality. So maybe you're wrong before, but now it's like you're making sure you're all set, and maybe not screwing over others, but looking out less for others, and you just focusing on me. It says the abuse of generosity. So, and it comes with the strings attached. And maybe you give gifts, almost like mafia style. Hey, we gave you a gift, now you owe us a favor. Or maybe people giving you gifts. It goes both ways. But I think and then it talks about extortion, and again, this could be you extorting people or other people extorting you, because these cards can also go both ways of you and your surroundings, if you will. So I don't know if you're in this spot. I hope you're not. Or this could be a warning. Hey, because the first card talked about having high standards and kind of strict and all that. Maybe it's like saying, hey, ease up a bit, change your tune a little bit, or you could end up here. And I don't think you want to end up here. And if you're already there, well, maybe you can use those as some sort of guidance or help to reveal clues of how to get out of this spot or headspace. I see Demo Disc has been keeping us an eye on Chimera for about 2 weeks. Good job. Yet you don't visit her in her padded cell, but yet you'll keep an eye on her through the security cameras. Either way, let's just say you get through that difficult boss, find a way, you work through it. We get to the third card, which represents positive influences. Or if it's like, again, an RPG, you get to an inn, you heal up your party, you eat, learn new skills, abilities, get some new gear, spend your talent points. Make the 10 of Pentacles featuring the Sheltie. But based on that, you're already kind of turning it around, so it's already, in my opinion, going in a good direction. Legacy, roots, family, ancestry, inheritance, windfall, foundations, privilege, affluence, stability, tradition, and culmination. So maybe you just need to take a huge step back and reevaluate everything and get back to some of your roots. Remember, you're in a privileged situation that you have not the power, but you're able to do said thing. So maybe you start taking advantage of that, as in, hey, I'm in a pretty good spot right now to pursue said things. I'm going to go do it. I like the stability, so you're kind of getting back on your feet, both metaphorically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You found your groove, essentially. And then you remember your family, and it doesn't even have to be like immediate family. It could be your friends, surrounding, and loved ones. family in your community, whatever. You just like remembering them. Also talks about inheritance, so maybe something good fell into your lap, and it doesn't always have to be, say, money or something, but like could be good opportunity, could be good friends, even a good meal. You kind of get, and it's all coming together, hence the culmination. I forget what affluence means. I always have to Google that one. I like how it also talks about foundation. So the first card will say is your foundation. So you're not forgetting your roots, but you remember how to basically um do things better than before, and you don't want to end up back in those dark places. So it's like basically essentially you learned a lot. So good on you for getting out of that and being able to continue. So now we're gonna get to the fourth card, near future, and fast forward a bit and see how it's all still going. The Ace of Cups, featuring the Galapagos land iguana. Or some people say iguanas. Some people might say, but I believe it's iguana. That is cups. Let's go to Ace of Cups, love, new feelings, emotional awakening, creativity, spirituality, intuition. So, I vibe with all those fucking things on that card's description. The love again could be between like the love between a man and a woman, or a man and a fine Cuban cigar. Simpsons reference. It could be the love for something like a passion. You know, it doesn't always have to. When people hear the word love, they just think of romance and stuff. But there's many different kinds of love. Also talks about new feelings, so maybe you discovered stuff about yourself you didn't know before. It's like not like a burden's lifted off your shoulders, but it's like whatever these new feelings and sensations are, whatever, are now on your radar, and you're like, oh my god, have been here the whole time. Emotional awakening, and I think that one kind of speaks for itself. It could be very heavy though, but it's still, this card is all like literally even the card's artwork is like your awakening, Link's awakening. I like how it talks about creativity, because awakening and emotional support and love and new feelings can also give birth to passions and hobbies. In this case, creativity. Also talks about spirituality, just everything, intuition, listen to your gut. Sometimes never steers me wrong. So this card is fucking wonderful in my opinion. Just the core meanings of it without even interpretation. Super Link's awakening. So maybe you just got beat up a lot in a bad space. You worked your way up, and now you like third eye open type of deal. So very proud of you on that one. That things are now got some good momentum going, and now things are just going amazingly great for you. And that brings us to the fifth card, which ends the tarot reading of long-term results. Could be distant future. Could be a shocking twist. To be continued. Let's go again. It could be a happy ending, sad ending, whatever you want. We're all here for it, and we're gonna see what it is. Ace of Pentacles, featuring the Palawan peacock pheasant. That is quite the name. Let me go to Pentacles. New opportunities, resources, abundance, prosperity, security, stability, manifestation, and new ventures. So holy shit. New passionings, links, awakening. You got to explore and do more of what you wanted, not what, say, other people told you to do. You were actually curious about stuff, want to look into stuff, found things you like, found things you don't like. You had the opportunity and resources to do those things and find out. It talks about abundance. You have all that you need, maybe a little more than you need, or at least the bare minimum of what you need to do said thing. So you don't have, excuse me, you don't have to worry as much. Oh, if I do this, though, I may not say this. That. Like you just have what you need, even if you don't know it. Prosperity, so that's really good. Things are working out peaceful, just great vibes. Security and stability, so you don't have to worry what if this fails, or say if you do something, it doesn't work out, you don't like it, you're like, okay, that's okay, I'm going to do the next thing I'm into, or like not everything's on the line, and you have that comfort, or I guess stability and security to do these said things with little to minimal fear. The more of a free spirit, and you're not worried about the what ifs. If you want to do something, you're going to do it, and if it doesn't work out, you're like, okay, cool, I'm not going to do that again. You're open to exploration and trying. And manifestation, you're bringing, the last card talked about creativity, bringing things to life, making things reality, learning skills, just whatever, however you want to apply it or interpret it to whatever, people, artwork, games, craft, music. You're making it happen. And I like the new venture because the last card is talking about awakening, and this one's like, okay, you did the thing, you're excited to do the next. So on to the next. So a very good overall reading, because the first card was like, okay, 50-50. Second card, I'd say is pretty rough and heavy. But third card, you kind of got, you didn't quite get your groove back, but you're on your way to doing that. And then the fourth card, you went above and beyond, and you went beyond getting your groove back. And the fifth card, you're excited again, doing the things. And then you're like, okay, I want to do the next. Let's go. And with that, we'll do a quick, let me push these to the side, and then an oracle card, which is just a oracle deck separate from the tarot. It's just a positive message, but I like to complement my readings with them, kind of like a cherry on top. Fortune cookie, lucky, Pib extra, you name it. But Gandalf, which represents dedication. You are very dedicated, and then since you're also passionate about the stuff, that dedication, I feel, goes even further because you are into it. Because some people are dedicated to stuff, but they're not really into it, but you are all into it, whatever it may be. Yeah, you got Gandalf. Good job. And probably do one more. And then call it a day. And then I'll come back tonight with some artwork. Or maybe gaming. I don't know yet. My finger's hurting. I'm holding the Apple Pencil too hard. Over almost like a month and a half now. Not there, maybe like 45 days-ish. I've been drawing every day since, I think, March 11th. About like 42-ish days. Shuffle these. Or at least try to shuffle, I guess. I wish I could do that cool shuffle where people are like, what do they do? They do this and like bend the cards and get each one in between. I can't do that. And the cards also get kind of stuck. Okay, let me change the song and pull up. I'll get the timer on. Okay, now we're at. Okay, now where this reading is for Sleepy Watcher Moogle. You watch a Moogle, I do a 5-card spread, go over a little story about you and just see how things are going, what's up with you. Pretty much go from there, and I'll explain stuff on the way, of course. So let us begin. Put in your cartridge into the console, power on, JRPG, new file, name your character, and hit start. With the 4 of Wands featuring the Liberian Lynx, or Iberian Lynx. Pull that, 4 of Wands. Okay, community home celebration unions party. Oh, that's 3. Fuck that one. Okay, no, that is right. I just had the file. Okay, sorry. 4 runs: community, home, celebration, reunions, parties, gatherings, stability, and belonging. A very interesting start, but yeah. So maybe something happened recently that brought the family together. Not just the immediate family, could be cousins, relatives, even friends, close people. And it caused a celebration and party, sense of community, had some gathering. Something's happening where it's causing some big gathering, and then you kind of find stability, maybe even comfort in that, knowing that, and a sense of belonging or have a place to belong. Or maybe it's just like a reminder, hey, just as an example, say if you felt there's something wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm right where I need to be. I'm doing what I want to do or need to do. I'm here for a reason. Almost like a gentle reminder that there's people around us. We're not alone and stuff. But more things can unravel as we get through it. So let's get to the second card, which is the obstacle. And this is where things get spicy, a little dicey, and a plot twist or things get interesting. I'll just say that. Those I play in reverse, and reversed cards have alternate meanings. So we get the Emperor featuring the Sumatran tiger. Normally it's going to look like this, but it's the obstacle, be a difficult dungeon boss, bump in the road, something impeding your journey or cock blocking you. So it's going to be played like this, upside down. So let me pull up the chart and I'll read what it means normally, and then what it will mean for you. Normally it means authority, structure, control, fatherhood, divine, masculine, unexpressed emotions, master thinker, stability, practicality, focus, and discipline. But because it's in reverse like this, it's going to mean this instead for you. Tyranny, tyrant, kind of the same thing. Rigidity, coldness, domineering, rigid, stubborn, lack of discipline, recklessness. The first card talked about also stability, but maybe you're in a bad headspace or something's happened, and now I don't know, you're like power hungry maybe before you're like opened, kind of going with the flow, but now you're more cold, stubborn, stiff, whatever have you. Maybe in the dark place right now. Maybe someone burned you or some event happened that, of course, is going to send your world upside down and ruin the mood for you. You could be grieving, you could be salty, you could be upset about the current events, what have you. You're here, and maybe, obviously we naturally have to process stuff. There's no set time frame for said things to say. Say something traumatic happened, there's no time frame for, oh, you should get over in X amount of time. Everyone processes things differently, everyone deals with shit differently. Everyone's on their own timer, even though there's no timer, but everyone goes at their own pace, regardless of whatever it is. Maybe you just need time to process and grieve. Maybe you need to just really think hard and get your head out of your butt, or maybe you just put a bad mood here, and hopefully you just need to process it, and you'll bounce back. Also talks about recklessness, so maybe you have a fuck it attitude, or like, I'm tired of everything, and you might make some poor decisions or choices that you can't undo or take back. So just maybe be careful, more mindful, think a little more, I guess, step back, take a look at the bigger picture, but still give yourself time to process everything. Maybe don't rush into it as much, and really may sit down and even have talks with people, chat, get advice, yada yada, give advice. So I can only suggest, maybe, I don't know what's going on, but maybe talk to more people. And if you want to be left alone, that's fine. But at the same time, if you're left alone, those not cool feelings to kind of manifest and fester and grow. So it's like, you want to not properly, but you want to make sure you're not running away from something and dealing with it, even if it's in your own way. At least address said things. Right, the third card is positive influences. So assuming you work to that, or say if the second card was a warning, or you got through, whatever, you defeated the dungeon boss, get to town, you get to heal up now, and learn some new skills, talent points, gear, have food, have a feast, rest, good times. Get the Page of Wands featuring the Woka. It looks like a little Australian type of shrew or something. Cute little guy though. So let me pull that up. Page of Wands. Adventure, excitement, fresh ideas, cheerfulness, energetic, fearless, extroverted, exploration, and free. So I really like this because this second card is talking about how stiff and cold and like shut in you are being, and grumpy, if you will, and whatever. Now you're out there, you're going for freedom, you're exploring, you're more outgoing, you have freedom, so you're not letting things hold you back. It could have been you holding yourself back, could have been others, could have been you, say, your situation, whatever, but you just have more freedom to explore and do things you want to do. You're fearless, you're not worrying, oh, what if it doesn't work out? What if this, that? You just like, you're excited to do stuff essentially. And it says fresh ideas, so maybe you feel rejuvenated. You took a lot of time off, really thought, you know, got into your own headspace. Just, I guess you feel rejuvenated, and now you're bouncing back hard in a good way. Go on an adventure, you're cheerful, you're energetic again. So maybe you just needed to rest and really just process everything. But either way, you're out there, you're being more of a go getter. You want to do things. You're like, I want to eat all the food. I want to see the world. I want to do all the things. The world is your oyster. And I like how it talks about exploration. So maybe you also discovered things about yourself you didn't know about. But your energy, either way, you totally bounce back, got your groove back, and then some. That's really cool. So now we're going to fast forward a bit and go to the fourth card in your reading, which is the near future, the fast forward, just to see how things are going, where you're at, what you're up to. You'll get Temperance featuring the Caribou. Let me pull up Temperance. $14. All right. Balance, peace, patience, moderation, calm, tranquility, harmony, serenity, middle path, finding meaning. So you got your groove back. Your mind or heart or soul is at peace. You had patience now. Maybe before, again, the second card talked about being reckless. You know how to pace yourself. And the third card, you're really extroverted, really energetic out there. But at least again now, set the tempo, you're patient, you know things don't happen instantly. You might have been overdoing some stuff, but now you learn the moderation, how to be calm, tranquility, very calming vibes, if you will, and chill. Sense of harmony. Found either you gone out and got or brought to you or was always in you, but either way, just everything's feeling right, I guess. Middle path maybe compromises or finding out there's multiple paths to go to achieve your goal, and there's no binary one way, like this is the only way. There's many ways and do stuff, and you're doing stuff your way and making it work and finding out how to do things in other ways that you may have not thought were possible. And the big one for this card, at least for me, is finding meaning. Maybe you're kind of a lost soul. Maybe you're like, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's up with me? But here it's like you're finding meaning in things you do or things you've already done, but finding more meanings that you may have not known that were there before. More like a chill self-discovery. This is fine, but in a good way. This is nice type of a thing. So big bounce back, then now more headspace bouncing back. And now we get to the fifth card. The long-term results could be an ending, to be continued, plot twist, let's find out. And you get Justice featuring the Magpie. Let me pull up the Justice, karma, consequences, accountability, law, truth, honesty, integrity, cause and effect, clarity, and fairness. So literally justice itself. Maybe before you might have felt robbed, or maybe you're doing stuff unfairly to people, but now you make sure everyone gets their fair share, and everyone also includes you. You're also looking out for others, but looking out for yourself at the same time, which is totally fine. Like how it says clarity. You think clearly now, and maybe you're not making harsh or rash decisions or jumping to conclusions so fast. You try to get all the facts and really think things through to make a, in this case, just decision or an informative decision. I like honesty, truth, and integrity because then people know they can go to you, they can count on you. You hold yourself to those standards as well as other people. So if you give advice, you're not going to sugarcoat it. But people know they can go to you because you're truthful, you speak your mind. like how it talks about consequences, but you've learned being burned in the past before and other hardships that things have cause and effect. There are consequences for our actions because everyone forgets that thinking no consequences. So when something say bad happens, like what? How could this happen? I'm like, dude, you did this. Of course, this is a possibility. So you're more aware of everything. Better headspace, mindset, and you hold everyone, including yourself, up to higher standards. But you also make sure to give everyone a fair chance. You're not setting up anyone for failure. You're not being mean. You want to make it right for everyone, and that also includes yourself. So the second one's very rough, but you had a nice steady pace of bouncing back. Now you're in a good mind space. So with that, we're gonna do a bonus oracle card, just a little cherry on top, fortune cookie, lucky pip extra to complement the reading, and it's just typically a message, positive influence or something. But let's take a look. We get the body, which represents harmony. So I think that goes well with this because the last two cards, or at least Temperance going on to Justice, are really talking about balance and harmony and finding meaning and everything. And everything here is vibing for you. Your physical state, your mental state, your spiritual state, everything. Basically, good times, good mojo. But yeah, Sleepy Watcher Moogle, I hope that was cool for you. And again, if anyone ever wants to discuss these readings in private afterwards, I am open to that as well. I know not everyone's comfortable with saying these things on stream or online or out in the open, but it's an option if anyone would like to talk on Telegram or Discord or something. Doesn't even have to be a voice call, it could just be text messages. I just leave that always as an option for anyone if they are interested. With that, almost about 2 hours, and then these terror streams are pretty exhausting, so I think I'm going to call it there, and then I'll link people the timestamps in case they weren't able to make it. I will probably do gaming or art later today. Thank you for joining. Let's